Welcome back to Pines to Palms, guys. I am in beautiful South Georgia doing some deer hunting. I'm on a new property that I just got access to, and I was actually here a couple of weeks ago during muzzleloader season, and I saw a ton of really nice young bucks around. So I'm back now during rifle season. It's the end of November, and the rut has definitely started over the past week or so. I'm going to be using my Tikka T3X Hunter, chambered in 243. I'm shooting some Federal Premium 85 grain Barnes TSX bullets. I've only shot hogs with it, but it seems to do really good on hogs. I dropped a really nice boar with it a few weeks ago. So hopefully it can get the job done on a big buck. If I can't get a big buck, I'm hoping to hopefully maybe shoot a doe. We'll see what happens, but we got some beautiful fall weather. It's usually around 30 or 40 in the morning, and it gets around 65 in the afternoon. So we should have some great hunting. Let's get out there and see what happens. I made it out to the blind, guys, and look how sweet this view is. I can see so far. That's my truck over there. It's about 750 yards away. And I'm overlooking a cut peanut field, and there's still a ton of peanuts left on the ground, so hopefully the deer will be out in here eating. I'm gonna do the best I can filming, but man, I can shoot out of just about any window in this blind. So hopefully the filming turns out alright, and hopefully a big buck comes out. There's a ton of buzzards circling over there. I don't know if something's dead or if they're just migrating south for the winter. Guess I'll keep an eye on them. Hopefully it's not a giant dead buck over there. Well, here's my little house for the next 2 nights. Got my little narrow bench bed here. My rifle's ready for tomorrow, and it's a beautiful full moon tonight. Hopefully I get some sleep. I'm just kind of parked in the middle of a farm field here. But beautiful night, time to get some rest. Hopefully the big buck comes out tomorrow. It's the next morning. I'm hunting in a different blind overlooking a cut bean field. It's about 40 degrees out, so hopefully the deer will be moving. Well, this morning was a great hunt. I saw some really nice bucks. They're all cruising for does. And the one was really nice. It had a really nice rack on it. I think it was an 11 pointer, but it was just a young deer. It's either a really big 2.5-year-old or a decent 3.5-year-old. So I let him go. It's probably the biggest buck I've ever passed, but hopefully it pays off and we can get a bigger one. I'm going to try out a different tree stand tonight. It's on another cut bean field. So I'm going to go get some lunch real quick and then we'll be back at it. I made it into the tree stand, and I don't like coming back here too often because it's a really far walk, and I'm really close to a bedding area. There's a creek that runs right down here, and the deer all bed around it. And then someone's playing music at their house a couple 100 yards that way, so it's really loud. Hopefully it doesn't bother the deer too much, and we'll see what happens. Well, there's been a little change in plans. I went to the tree stand that I wanted to hunt tonight, and there's a mobile home about 300 yards behind it, and they were just blaring music. So I walked all the way back to my truck, grabbed some different camera gear, came all the way back to the same blind I was in last night. So I've walked about 2 miles. So I'm gonna try and dry this sweat off, and we'll see what happens. How crazy was that hunt? I went out there, hiked all the way back to my tree stand, and right when I sat down, an El Mariachi band started playing like 300 yards behind me. But I was super frustrated. I walked all the way back to the truck, switched out my camera gear, got my tripod, walked all the way back to the blind. It was about 2 miles in total. I was dripping with sweat. And I was like, I'm not going to see anything, but I might as well sit out here. Anyways, a couple of does came out, and I was super surprised. And then I looked to my right, and all of a sudden I saw that really nice young 11 pointer from this morning. And he walked right by me within like 40 yards. I thought the night was over. I was like, man, that's so cool to see a nice buck like that with all this commotion. And then I looked over and I saw a buck that we call the unicorn. And he's a really nice buck. I think he's 3.5 or 4.5. And he was right there at 40 yards. I could have easily shot him, but I decided to give him the pass. I think next year he'll be a huge deer. And I've shot a lot of nice bucks in my life. I've been very blessed. And I want the next buck that I shoot to be one of my biggest yet. So I figured I'll let him pass. He has really good genetics, and I think he'll be huge. So how cool is that? Those are the 2 biggest bucks I've ever passed in my life, all in one hunt. Could have shot 2 11 pointers tonight. So I feel really blessed. God has given me awesome hunting experiences, and I hope he does the same for you guys. Thanks for watching.